To happen for you. Like, we're just going to have so much fun together. So, and I'm just going to keep crying because I cried before I got on. And yeah, anyhow, so 333, you can sit, you can lay down, you can put your hand over your heart and your belly. We're going to inhale for 3. We are going to hold for 3, and we are going to exhale for 3. And what it does is it slows down the heart, it reduces stress, it brings the mind to the present moment. And I'm going to talk about why that's so important once we are done with the breath work. So let's close our eyes and let's take one cleansing breath and exhale. And now we're going to inhale, 2, 3, hold, 2, 3, exhale, 2, 3, inhale, 2, 3, hold, 2, 3, exhale, 2, 3, inhale, 2, 3, hold, 2, 3, exhale, 2, 3. Couple rounds on your own. Last one. Inhale, 2, 3, hold, 2, 3, exhale, 2, 3. Let it go. Shake out your hands, wiggle your body, come into this moment, come into your body, open yourself up to receiving. Put your hands on your lap, palms facing up. I'm going to call in God, the angels, the ancestors, everyone out there, the highest truth and compassion, to come into this space with us, for God to use me as a vessel to give you everything that you need today. And I'm excited for this. Okay. So when I thought about my whole process and journey, what I really have realized is there has to have been this level of growth that has happened at every part of my journey. And part of the problem for me growing up is that my mother figure was not really a mother figure to me. She would tell me stories in jest that she didn't want me, that she had me because my dad wanted me. And the day that she had me, she would hand me off to him. And she was like, here, you take her. I don't want her. And this is what I heard growing up. And then when I was 5 years old, we moved to Fair Lawn, New Jersey, and my parents they worked in the Bronx, and they would get up to commute before I would wake up in the morning, and they would come home after dinner at night. So I was a 5-year-old being raised by a 10-year-old. I had no nurturing. I had no love. I had no one telling me that they were proud of me. I had nothing. I was deflated, and I am a projector in human design. So if there's any projectors on the call or on the replay, you need to be seen, recognized, admired. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. If you are not, then you are going to become bitter. But here's the catalyst that I really have hooked into lately, is that the only person that really needs to see me is me. And once I started really seeing myself, everything has snowballed for me. The opportunities are pouring in like crazy. My manifestations are coming true. Clients are coming in left and right. Like, the stories of like people jumping in your inbox and saying like, can I have the link? Like, that's happening because I've unleashed this part of me of there is no shame anymore. Every part of my story and my past is a lesson for me to share, for someone to grow forward. And that is the R in grow. So obviously everybody knows me as the goddess of gratitude. Gratitude is the basis. But what I've really been learning recently is that there's a big difference between gratitude and success. So again, this pertains particularly to projectors, but this is going to be really helpful for those of you who are anything but a projector. I was always chasing satisfaction. When I would show up to things or do things or whatever, I would always want to feel satisfied. which is the signature for generators and manifesting generators. So for those of you that are generators and manifesting generators, you are not aiming for the feeling of success. Success is for projectors. We were born for success. And so, as the goddess of gratitude, I always lean into gratitude because gratitude has been the magic energy connector for me. It's always when I'm in a state of gratitude and I let things go into the universe that they manifest for me, right? But I never was tapped into success. Like, what does success feel like in my body? Because I never really understood success. There was never anybody there telling me, I'm proud of you, great job, like you're doing it right, right? And so how many of you can relate to that, that you grew up in a household where you weren't getting that positive reinforcement, where you weren't receiving what you needed, right? And so in the framework of grow, there's releasing, there's gratitude. So first we have to be grateful for our life, right? And I think a lot of you know my story, but just for the people on the replay, my story is from food stamps to first class. So there was a time where I did not know anything about gratitude. I did not think that I had anything to be grateful for. I was in such a low in my life that it was so hard for me to be grateful. So the first piece is gratitude. The second piece is being able to release and then being able to receive. And so we've got to be able to release these things of the past, right? Like my mother, like I forgive her. I understand that she didn't want me. When I had my first son, I didn't want him either. I wasn't ready to be a mom. I had gotten pregnant right after my dad passed away. My ex and I had broken up. Like I did not want to be a mom. I get that. The fact that she had to spin that story for me my whole life, that I don't really get, but that's a culture thing that like, okay, I can forgive her for that. So the releasing part is a really important piece of the puzzle, and we do that with forgiveness. And so the forgiveness piece, that only comes in when we are able to forgive ourselves. So again, for the projectors, needing to be seen, right? And having to see yourself, this energy for everybody on the call, because you're on this call, the power of human design is we get to tap into each other. And so, you know, especially those of you that have been around for a long time, you know that when you're around me, you feel a certain way. I give you a certain kind of energy. You're tapped into that projector power. And so I spend a lot of time seeing myself. I spend a lot of time in self-care. I spend a lot of time trying to get myself out of that bitterness. And so, as all of these other energy types, it's really important to learn how to see yourself and forgive yourself for everything that you've done in your past, because nobody is perfect. And the worst thing that you've ever done, somebody else has got a story that's probably worse than yours. And it's not about comparison. We don't want to compare ourselves. Everybody is just living this human experience in these bodies that we take advantage of. And so today, my goal is that you leave here with a little bit more love for yourself, with a little bit more forgiveness, tapped into the discipline and the willpower to have a gratitude practice every single day, to release the things of our past, and then open ourselves up to receiving. So here's the thing with receiving. There was a long time where I was manifesting and stuff was coming my way all the time, but I wasn't receiving it. I started becoming used to it. So we have to be careful along the way, because things start happening and life becomes so magical, we forget that we're working with a source. And so I call that source God. And some people call source, Mother Nature, I don't know, whatever your name is for source. But there is this energy that we are working with, that we are co-creating with, that we are constantly in creation with. And when we start living these magical lives, we start to forget that because life is so magical. Things are so good. You know, we forget to be grateful all day long. Like when you're in lack, you start to remember because like you need things to change. So you start to get into this practice, this habit. But when life is good, you start to forget because life is good. So you feel like you're always happy. So that's gratitude, but that's not gratitude. That's you being happy, which is great. But source is like, okay, connect with me, say thank you, and not just say thank you, but what is your intention and what are you thinking about for the future? Who is your future self? Where are you going? Who are you becoming? Because if you're not thinking about your future self, you're stuck. You're stuck here and you're just aging. You're not living and expanding and creating. You're just living. And so this is the beautiful thing about a 6 line is that 6 lines, we are 3 lines until 30. And then from 30 to 50, we transition into a 6 line. And so my whole life has been cyclical. I go through cycles that every other line does not understand. And so right now I'm at 45 and I haven't even hit my peak of wisdom. And so all of this dropping in right now, it feels so magical because everybody here can tap into this magic. I am role modeling for you the things that you're afraid to go after, the things that you're afraid to learn, the things that you're afraid to go for. And so when we ask for stuff, we have to make sure that we're receiving it. We're having gratitude for it. We're feeling it. We're in the now. Because the problem is that we're always 3 steps ahead. We're never on time. We never have enough time. We're always in a rush. And so you need to rewind it back. And you need to make sure that you're seeing the bigger picture. And the bigger picture is that this 3D reality is not real life. These are just the bodies that we've embodied with our soul to become a home so that we can feel what happy is, what sad is, what love is, what sex is, what laughing is, right? Imagine if you're just a blob of energy in the ethers. Like every single person that you've ever known is like right here, omnipresent, right? Like souls. And they're watching and they're like, oh, I just want to be on this call right now. I want to be in the energy of these people. And I want to go on a date and I want to feel what the sand feels like between my toes. And so you make a deal with God and you're like, let me down there. I want in. And so you make a deal and a contract. God, I'm going to go down to the earth because I want to be this, this, and this. And I want to accomplish this, this, and this. And I want to be a part of this, this, and this cause. And I'm going to do X, Y, Z, right? And so God says, okay, let's send you down. And you get imprinted with your human design the moment you're born. Because the stars and the sun, they align. And this is actual science. And the stars and the sun, they're enneagrams. So they release this sprinkle. And the sprinkle codes us. And this is our human design. And so when you start to learn this design, it's literally the contract that you've written with God. And what God is waiting is for you to remember this. To remember that you are too much and that you do talk too much and that you are supposed to be on stage, or that it's normal that you don't have any willpower, or that it's normal that you have a hard time making decisions, or that it's normal that you ask 1,000 questions, or that it's normal that you feel that you never know enough. Right? How many of you can relate to some of these things that are saying? What are some of the limited beliefs that are rolling through your mind right now? Put them in the chat box if you're brave enough to do so. Because when you meet your edge of bravery, that's when we jump over to the other side. God is just waiting for you to be brave. God is waiting for you to share your experience to another human with the intention to help that human. You don't need to be a motivational speaker or an author or anything of the sorts, right? But we're living in this human experience, and our job and goal as a collective should be every day to wake up to help one human in this world, right? That's a mitzvah. That's a mazel. Like, that's a gold star. I helped somebody today. How do you help somebody today? You help somebody today with your wisdom. And you're like, well, I don't know anything. Well, of course you know things. You're a human being. You're living life. You know how to brush your teeth. You know how to take a poop. You know how to drive a car, maybe not. You know how to ride a bike. You know how to walk. You know how to do things that other people don't know how to do. There are other people who don't know how to brush their teeth, or they don't know how to drive a car, right? They don't have that skill set. You have skill sets that other people don't have. And you have magical skill sets that your entire life you've been hearing are too much, not enough, something's wrong with you, it's not right, you're weird, you're not cool. And then you learn your human design. Ah, and the skies open, and all of a sudden it's like, wait a second. I have a defined ego center, which makes it normal that I want to be on stage, and it makes it normal that I want to shine. And I'm a projector, so it's normal that I want to be recognized and admired. And I love being on stage. Wait a second. I used to be told that that's an ego thing, and look at her, and all she does is talk about herself, and who talks like that, and who wants to be on stage that much, and right? So we're just living a program of what other people thought were problematic about us. So the goal right now is to untangle that program. And when you untangle the program, that's when life becomes heaven on earth. Because you're free. That's freedom. Freedom is not giving a fuck about what other people think. Nobody. Your mother, your father, your husband, your kids. I mean, obviously, like, I somewhat care about what my husband, my kids think about, but not my mother, not my brother, not my clients. No offense. I love you guys. I respect some of the things that you have to say, right? But I don't hold anything as gold anymore because I know who I am. I know how I show up every day for myself and for the world. I'm here to make a difference in the world, and I really try to live in that every single day. And so I'm really proud of all of you for showing up today, because this is hard work. So the O in grow is owning your power. When you own your power, when you set those boundaries, when you start letting people know, like, here I am, all of me, these are the mistakes that I've made. And it'll be front page news for 1 minute. That's it. Think about celebrities. They're on the front cover for 1 minute. It doesn't last that long. And if you're the outcast in your town, so be it. You weren't made to fit in. You were made to stand out. And if the PTA moms don't like you, they really don't like themselves. So how are they supposed to like you in your power, confident, showing up as yourself? Like, this is just me, right? I didn't put glam on today. I put a little bit of blush on. and a little bit of mascara. You can't even see my eyelashes today, and clear lip gloss, but I'm glowing. I feel the most beautiful I've ever felt in my life because I get it. And you know how I get it? Because I spend a lot of time with myself. I keep myself out of the circles that I don't belong in. I don't try to push myself into places where I don't belong. I have become really comfortable with myself. And then energetically, I call in the people in the circles where my magic is shown. That's why I spend so much time in mentorship. 10 to 20 hours a week, I am in personal development. Minimum. Sometimes it feels like more. How do you find the time for that, Shill? I don't watch TV. I maybe watch TV every 4 to 6 weeks. When I'm on an airplane, I don't turn on movies. When I'm in a car, I don't listen to music. I've got somebody, some kind of inspiration, something in my mind. I take the time when I'm on the treadmill. I'm filling myself up with stuff that's expanding my mind. Because when you're spending your time with other people who are in a low vibration frequency, you're pulling yourself down into their frequency. You need to keep yourself in a high vibration. And so if you work in an environment where you're around a lot of people and you can't control the work environment, and then you come home and you start filling yourself with mindless TV, game shows, talk shows, soap operas, reality TV, whatever it is, you're now in this mindless state. So you're in autopilot all day with these people, and they're making you miserable. They're making you angry. They're making you bitter. They're making you all these things, right? And then you come home and you fill yourself with this mindless stuff, and then you go to sleep and your mind is twisting and turning because you haven't shut it down. You haven't worked through anything that happened. You shove stuff under the ground. You just want it to go away. You have a glass of wine or 2 or 3 or the bottle or 3. You smoke your weed, you eat a gummy, and you try to make it go away, but it doesn't. You wake up and it starts again. The alarm goes off. You're angry. You don't want to wake up. You don't want to go face those people. You don't want to do it again. You don't have the support you need. So owning your power is super important, and finding your people is even more important. So like in Graitude 365, took a little while for the group to commingulate, but our calls, our group calls are so powerful. Everybody shows up on camera. Everybody asks questions. And the wisdom that comes through is so powerful for the whole group, because you are privy to listen to answers to questions you didn't even know you had to ask. And I have spent hundreds of thousands of dollars at this point to be in certain conversations that have blown my socks off. I cannot even believe how lucky I am that I get to hear and listen to the conversations that I do. People just spilling their hearts out and hearing the coaching that goes with it. And then that being exchanged to the clients that I get to work with. It is so beautiful. And then you guys listening to this masterclass and taking one point out of this today and bringing it to somebody else that you know and shifting their whole life. It is like this huge ripple. And that's the vibe for women to rise, for the men here to rise too, because we have Colton here too. We love Colton. So once you own your power, you'll start to live in gratitude. You'll start to feel, I'm sorry, not gratitude, overflow. You'll feel the gratitude and overflow. You'll feel the power in overflow. You'll feel abundance and overflow. It is amazing when you get to that. And then the W is winning daily. And when you win daily, you become so wealthy. And wealth is not the dollar amount that is in your bank account. Wealth is the currency that you're going to feel from the freedom inside of you. Boom. That was so powerful. Wealth is the currency that you feel from the freedom inside of you. I used to think it was the money, the money, the money, the money. That's why my story from food stamps to first class, it was all about the money. But then I met Ben and I had access to money, and I wasn't there, wasn't happy. I was scared. I lived in fear, shame, guilt. Horrible way to live. That's hell. It's not fun. Behind the trips, the stuff, the life, that it was not that enjoyable, because the money brings you stuff, and stuff makes you happy, but that inner fulfillment, that inner freedom, that doesn't come with money. It actually, the money makes it worse, because people judge you more. People expect more out of you. People think that now something has shifted and changed, but nothing has changed if you haven't mothered your own child. I had to go back and grow up little Shilamida. Baby goddess, she comes through sometimes. Benjamin Lover, he loves that. When I'm a 3-year-old, 5-year-old, sometimes I'm a 7-year-old. But I'm sure that a lot of you can relate to a lot of what I'm saying in different ways, right? From the upbringing to the circles that we're in now. But the beauty is that we get to be supported in so many different ways. And I cannot reiterate it like 10,000 times. Human design is like, you've got to keep learning it. You've got to keep learning it. If you've had a reading, one reading is not enough. You got to go deeper. You got to go deeper. You got to learn more, because the more that you learn, it's a lot. It's complex. And you don't just want to learn about yourself. You have to start learning about all of humankind, because you can't be your fullest self-expression until you understand that other people will never understand you, because they're not designed that way. So my ego center that I have defined, this means that I have this special spark, this shine. I have willpower, strength, discipline. When I'm tapped in and I'm aligned, I'm really powerful in this. But only 29% of the population has this. So 71% of the world cannot understand this feeling. So I annoy people because of that. I trigger people because of that. Why is she so shiny? What's wrong with her, right? But I don't worry about those people anymore. I worry about the people who like my shine, because my shine is going to help them shine. And then they're seen and I'm seen and admired. And that's awesome. All right, let me see what's going on in the question box. Let me know if you have any questions, drop them below. I'm going to pick a winner. I'm going to do a meditation. I'm going to try and keep this within the hour too, so that when you replay, the replay will be sent out to you. I would listen to it again, because there was stuff that will land different for you. I've learned this recently. I was on a 3-hour call with my mentor the other day. It was blowing my mind. I went back yesterday and found another 2.5 hours to rewatch that, on top of being on other calls and things. So when you want to change, you make the time to change. When you want to change, you make the time to change. If you don't have an ego defined center, if you are open, then find your way to spend more time with me. Hop inside Graitude 365, get into coaching with me, like follow my page, make sure you're watching the posts come through, start profiling people in your life. That's really the best way to do it, is just profile your family and figure out who in my immediate circle that I'm spending the most time with has these qualities that I need to tap into, because you don't want to look at human design as anything is wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with you. There's what you have and what you don't have, and what you don't have, you can tap into other people to have it. And I've seen it done very powerfully. All right. Nicole, can you actually drop the Graitude 365? We're not there yet for life. I will explain life to you guys in a minute. Let's go back. Okay, everybody on. Oh my gosh, look, everybody's from Jersey. Oh, we have a New Yorker in the house. Looking to get out of here, manifesting like crazy. I totally hear you. Another Jersey, 2-4 manifesting generator, 2-4 projector, constantly going between the hermit and the opportunist. It's so true for me. Me too. It's not easy trying to find that beauty balance. Okay, so here's a little tidbit for your 2 lines, because yeah, I'm doing a reading for somebody today who's a 5-2. No, she's a 2-5. And so I went and I re-listened to some of my classes, and the 2 line, the thing about you guys is you're effortlessly famous. To other people, you shine so bright. Ego, like defined or not, you have this quality. And so that's going to bother people. They don't like that. And when that happens, you're going to go back into your shell, right? So you're like, hey, here I am. Like, I'm the compass. I see everything. Like, listen to me. Like, I can organize everything. And then people are like, where the fuck did she come from? Why is she showing up like that right now? And all of a sudden you get projected upon, and then you're like, oh, fuck this. And you go like right back in. You're like, I want nothing to do with that. I'm going to go be with myself. I'm going to think about this by myself. I'm going to rationalize it by myself. I'm going to be pissed off by myself. And Anna's giving me a thumbs up, right? So the goal of the 2 line, and especially you, because you're a projector, Anna, you have to get so comfortable with yourself. The mirror work has to be your work every single day. Yes. Power up. You have to power yourself up, because if you've ever heard that my house analogy on human design, the lower house is 1, 2, 3, and then the upper house is 4, 5, 6. So the 2 and the 5 are on the same level. So the 5 is the line that gets the biggest projection, because the 5 line is the natural born leader. And so the 2 line is in line with that 5 line. So they feel that projection, they feel all of that. And so not knowing that makes you want to hide, because you don't want to deal with that, because you don't see for yourself what you see for everybody else. You live in a big mind of lack. So you got to get really pumped up and comfortable in your body, in your skin, in your mind. Like the affirmations have to reflect the life that you're going towards. I cycle through lessons and people too. Me too. I'm a manifesting generator. So I am cycling through 2020 right now so hard, like 2020, 2021. It's crazy. From my kids getting kicked out of camp, I'm having an issue with my son not being vaccinated, to jewelry being stolen from me that I might have lost, but I'm pretty sure were taken, to it's like just so crazy, like how many cycles. So I keep stopping and I keep saying, okay, God, tell me what I'm supposed to learn from this. Help me learn the lesson. I see the cycle repeating and I don't want to repeat it again. I'm ready to overcome this. And I just have a conversation with God, and I sit and I listen to the voices. The voices are there. They're loud. They're clear. It's not your voice of doubt. You have to learn to decipher the voice in your head. And if you don't have a voice in your head, then you have a feeling in your gut. You feel it like a gut punch. When something is not right, you feel sick in your body. Your body speaks to you. And when you are satisfied in your body. When you love something, you love something in your body. So the 3-5 is such a powerful manifesting generator. Kim, you have such a powerful human design. I want you to know this. You are like a shining light. Manifesting generators are only like 5% of the population. You have the capacity and the mind store that 95% of the population does not have. You can go, and you think. You are creative. You are innovative. You are a leader, but your 5 line is in your 2nd line. So that's in your subconscious. So if you were not pumped up like that in your life, then it's very much in your shadow. So if you're not living in alignment, you were never taught to be a leader. And honestly, you don't need to be taught. You know it inside. It's just the confidence that you need to build in yourself. Now, the thing is that your 3 line is trial and error. So trial and error is like the phoenix rising, right? You're the martyr. Like you have to keep trying stuff and failing. And the thing is that most people in your life, they don't understand the failure. They just understand failure as failure. You understand failure as like you're learning from something. This is your experience. But if you don't, it's because the program has told you that you're not, because that's totally normal for a 3-line to fail. A 3-line is supposed to fail and show others that it's okay to fail and get back up and do it again. The combination is a winning combo when you're in alignment. So Nicole has dropped the links. Okay. Oh, projector 5-1. Okay. So honor yoga. I don't know who you are behind the honor yoga. So the 5-line is your prominent line. So your natural born leader is really like up front. So you get projected upon a lot because the things that have led you to where you are right now, like you really worked hard for who you are, but other people see it as ease. They see it as though like you just got there overnight. Like your success and everything that has come with it is just like, what the hell, you know? So people don't understand that. Now, your 1-line being in your subconscious, you are inquisitive. You have 1,000 questions. You never feel like you know enough. You're the foundation of the house. You need to make sure that every pipe is laid in place before you're able to lay the concrete over the piping to be the foundation of the house. And so your 1-line is telling your leader line, you don't know enough. You're not smart enough. You don't know enough answers. You didn't master that, but that's not the truth. My little guy is a 1-3, and the pep talk that I gave him in the car today is make sure that anytime your 3-line tells you to go and your 1-line says, no, you don't know enough. You know enough. I told him that he should start a YouTube channel with random facts because you guys know random facts. Oh my God, yes. I love that reaction. Right? I haven't even looked at your chart. Imagine what can happen if I look at your chart. Oh, Nicole, are you still on? Can you go into Trello? You can drop the human design chart. So let me tell you what the next phase is to work with me because I've never had a package like this. I've really been soul searching on how I can help the most people that I can. And the power of 1 keeps coming back to me. And usually it's only a 3-month container for coaching that you can work with me in, but I've really been getting this hit to do life coaching. And so life being living in freedom, empowered, and really tapping into this freedom. Like, who did you come here to be? And bringing in all of the tools in my toolbox, like will really anchor into your human design, meditation, having a daily practice, a fact act bonus for anybody that joins in for life. You will also get access to Graitude 365, my monthly membership, where you're in here every single day with me, really raising your vibration. And so in life, it is a 4-week one-to-one coaching package. We will do 4 calls, or you can trade in a call or 2 for a messenger week. So messenger week, you can do that in Voxer, Telegram, Facebook, or Instagram. And so you will have access to me Monday through Friday. You can message me all day. You can leave me notes. And at certain points during the day, I come in and I bounce back and forth with you. We go through everything. This is so powerful. I will only do this for 12 people, and 1 spot has already been taken by somebody behind the scenes. So I'm really, really excited to work with you. There is a payment plan on this. And if you really want to do this, but you just don't know, I do have a 24-hour messenger day that you can get in for 24 hours with me and test it out. Let's see how we drive together. Let's see if the coaching works for you. So with that being said, Anna, who did I come here to be? That is something I ask myself all the time. Yeah, I'm really like looking into your human design. It's going to change everything, like really allowing for it to encode. I've been learning this stuff for almost 5 years now, 4 years solid. And like really have been taking classes and stuff. And it's like the embodiment, like the more I get, the more I understand, the more I become free. It's beautiful. Okay, so I have a winner. So the winner is going to win 1 free month in Graitude 365. Or if you have 1 free month in Graitude 365, then you'll get a $33 credit to use towards anything you want. That also has something fun coming out next week that will be less than $33, so you could use it on that. So drum roll, please. Heather. I just knew it. Heather has been winning everything this year. Have to run and pick up. Okay, Nicole, thank you so much. All right, so Nicole dropped all of the links. If there are no more questions, we are going to end this off with a full activation to connect to the little girl inside, to help you nurture her, to empower her, to create more confidence within her, strength, and to really anchor in this moment. Everything gets to change from this day forward. You get to write the next chapter in your life in the next few minutes that we go into this powerful portal on 6/6 that's going to start at 2:22 Eastern Standard Time. I don't know if that could be any more aligned, my friends. Okay, so let's settle in. Sitting, standing, well, not standing, sitting, laying down. If you want to stand, you can. Let's close our eyes. Take a deep breath in. Put one hand on your heart, one hand on your stomach. Exhale it out completely. Inhale it. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. Thank you, God. Thank you, angels. Thank you, ancestors. Thank you for being here. I feel your presence. I feel everybody on the replay. I feel everybody that needs to be connected into this message, into this energy. Allowing yourself to relax, allowing your heart to relax, allowing your heart to tell your brain that you're safe. I am safe. I am okay. I am protected. Inhaling that in, exhaling it out. Breathing deeply on each exhale, allowing for your body to relax. On your next inhale, imagining a golden light on top of your head, a circle of gold just dripping, dripping, dripping down from the sky into your head, into your crown chakra, allowing the opening of your root system. That golden light pouring in through your head, into your eyes, into your nose, into your mouth. Inhaling golden light, exhaling it into your throat, into your neck, into your cervical spine. Allowing this golden light to heal any pain, any discomfort. And allowing this light to pass through your shoulders, into your spine, into your arms, the elbows, your hands, out through your fingertips into the world. This golden light is going down your back, allowing it to just pour, 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 pour. Big, big energy of golden light into your hips, into your legs, your knees, your ankles, your feet. Breathing it all in. Allowing yourself to be so safe in this moment. And when you feel safe, I want you to go back to a memory as far as you can of you as a little girl. Maybe even as young as a baby. Maybe it was a teenager. A time where you felt unseen, unloved, unheard, scared, angry. Take a deep breath. Know that you're safe. Know that you're held. See that little girl. Go towards her in love and gratitude. As you approach her, open up your arms. Tell her that she's safe. that she's okay and she's protected. As you're getting closer, tell her you're sorry. Sorry that you feel this way. I'm sorry that there's no one to make you feel safe, but I'm here now. Breathe that in, and as you get closer to her, give her a hug. Feel her heart against yours. Let her head cradle into your neck. Just give her the biggest hug that you've ever wanted. Allow yourself to be safe. It's not your mother that needed to make you safe, or your father. It's not your brother or your sister. It's not the teacher. It's yourself. You needed to feel safe with yourself. You came here on your own journey of self. So you're going to go back and you're going to love yourself now the way that you needed to be loved. Look her in the eyes and tell her what you need to say. Tell her what she needed to hear. Tell her she's not stupid. She's not wrong. Tell her it was okay to want to try that. Tell her that it's not her fault. Her body was used. Tell her it's okay. Tell her it's okay. Tell her that the mistakes that were made have made her into an incredible human being, that she's going to grow up and everything is going to be okay. Feel her. Smile at her. Transmute the pain. Release it. Receive the love. Receive the sympathy. Allow yourself to be seen. Allow yourself to be held by yourself. I'm so proud of you. Tell yourself, so proud of you, Shilamida. I'm so proud of you. Look at this life. Look at, you're a grown up. You eat on your own. You pee and you poo. You shower. You brush your teeth. Nobody has to tell you to do those things. How incredible are you? Everything's going to be okay. Take another minute with her. Take a deep breath. Take that golden light that you just cultivated in your body and fill her up with that light. Imagine your younger self just full of light, full of light, full of light, full of light. See her smiling at you. Allow her to thank you and receive the gratitude that she feels for you showing up for her today. This is big work that you're doing, and you really need to be proud of yourself. God is watching. Your higher self is watching. Your children, your family, everybody is watching. You get to be the role model, the one, the innovator, the leader. You get to step into your highest self now. So as you leave her, tell her that you're going back into your body now as a changed human, as a healed woman, one step closer to ultimate healing, heaven on earth. Allowing for this to code inside of you as the golden light is pouring down, allowing yourself to return into your body now. Giving yourself a great big hug with your arm, swaying yourself side to side, smiling. Big, big work you just did. Allowing yourself to release, to receive. Feel the overjoy, the overflow of joy in your body right now. Fill her up with joy from the golden light. Be happy. And celebrate this win today. And when you're ready, you can come back into your body, into your fingers, into your toes. Tell me how you feel in the chat box below. That was so good. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Thank you so very, 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 very much. Very good. Thank you. I love you all. Thank you for showing up for yourselves. Thank you for showing up with me. I love this work. I love guiding you in these things. I love becoming me. I am like such a different version of myself. Like, even for those of you that I met in person at retreat in the last like 6 months, 9 months, a year, I'm like totally different. It's so cool. It's so cool how fast you can change. And I hope to see some of you inside the containers. If you have any questions, please reach out. The Fast Act offer is until Tuesday for my projectors that need to go think about the offers. Don't worry, take your time. I get it. You don't have to make a decision today. And for those of you that today is the end of our journey for now, I will see you on the internet soon. I just know it. I love you. Thank you for joining me today. Bye.